There we go. Just like that, man. Guys, Facebook. Namaste. God bless. How are post-Thanksgiving you, man? Hopefully you guys had a great holiday. I had my turkey today. It was actually really good. Leftovers are awesome. It should be National Leftover Day instead of National Black Friday. Big deal. I did that stuff when I was a doting dad back then, waiting out in front of KB Toys at 3 in the morning. Oh my God! Only to be tackled by crazy mothers. The news showed these little petite moms. No. Up here in the Northeast, we have buff females, man. And they take the front of the line and they knock you over. And here I am, at a beefy 160 at the time, hitting 5'5". I was no match. But it was fun at the end, minus the bruises and the insults. But I was like the only man out there. But anything for the children, indeed. It's also National Buy Nothing Day. That's for our neighbors in Canada. They're just pissed off that we do so good. I have no idea. But then we have an immigration problem. They just want to keep coming here. I don't get it. Well, that's a great point to talk about tonight, because that came from one Canadian who was angry that, don't go to stores and capitalism, blah, blah. I mean, that's the whole construct of tonight's show. We've been molded and shaped by other people. And you wonder why people are running around like rats in a cage, because they don't understand what's going on. Well, what's going on, honestly, is they're not being themselves. And they've been conditioned to do something else in life. They've been conditioned to follow the herd and not to, don't speak out of line. Scripture has warned us about this for thousands of years. Do not conform, indeed. But we all have, man. And I was one of that and one of them as well. It's only when I stepped out of the box, honestly, with my thoughts and beliefs, that I ascended to a different realm of thinking. The problem is that this is why most people are afraid to transform or change their thoughts, because as Aristotle said, this is not the quote box, but powerful words tonight. Give me a child until he's 7 and I'll show you the man. What he showed thousands of years ago was that the conditioning ability from one human to another. And we've been inundated with this between the food pyramid, how to eat a certain way, the education system, the banking system. Everything has been constructed behind somebody else's beliefs behind it. And we have taken it hook, line, and sinker. I'm not telling you to go against reality. I'm telling you how things are structured. And a lot of it's, I get it. There's laws in place, civilized society. I get all that. I get it. But I'm talking about ourselves. And when it starts affecting your inner peace, you know something's not right. When you're waking up every day, literally pissed off that you have to go do something, man. You have to go to work. You have to. I mean, that's when you start really rethinking your life. And I forgot the most important part of National Day of. It's National French Toast Day. I mean, God invented that for a reason. That stuff is out of bounds, man. They've really taken that, especially now with the foodies, they've taken it now to another level of that. But remember one thing. This is not fantasy. Whatever they told you that about fantasy, you can't think that way. Here we go again, other people's beliefs. It's not fantasy. What I'm going to explain to you is physics. And you're going to say, wait, but that's fantasy. No, it's the way life was constructed. But other people have told us otherwise. Don't do that way. You might get too powerful there, meatball. We won't tell you that. That'll be the back slapping in the back alleys of the elites. And I get it. I'm not against elitism. I'm not. We need leaders out there. Yeah, I get it. But when they start constructing the very fabric of our lives that make us go in a negative manner, and not knowing why we're in a negative manner because we've been trained like animals in a cage, that's when I start speaking up about it. Because to me, it's when I stepped out of the box. It's when I opened up the whole new realm and a new plane of thinking for myself. To me, when I changed and went different to what they were telling us, like I was telling you guys before on the last segment, that I had a fast for upcoming procedure. I mean, I've been doing that for a year now, and I can honestly say fasting has changed my life. It has brought me to a whole new realm of feeling better, because the body's not focusing all the energy now on digesting food. It's going to the source of all the little issues around you and naturally curing them. We've been taught to eat 3 meals a day, but the problem is when you're constantly putting in, your body has to give energy to it to get it through, and digestive system takes a lot of energy. When you alleviate that, like I do every day, you alleviate that, all that the body can do now is go to the areas that are needed. I can tell you, the inflammation's gone, the skin conditions, all these things are all gone just because I stepped out of the box. And granted, it's not for everybody. I get it. But I'm just giving you my perspective. I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm saying, look, this is what helped me. You can't imitate, but you can emulate. And to me, you take little breadcrumbs like this from people and create your own system inside. Life is going to function to that outside. Like I said before, this is not fantasy. This is physics. A lot of us have been trained indeed to do all these things in life, but the problem is we've created this life around us, and you get to the age of 34 or 35, basically now on a psychological level, you are anchored in those beliefs. You don't think people who understand the scientists understood this? They understand that we can be conditioned like animals to follow and don't have to worry about us anymore. We just train us a certain way, edify us a certain way, and we're going to follow that way. Keep doing it for years and years and years, not knowing that we're being conditioned, and watch what happens. You get the crowd, the herd mentality. That's what's happening today. But you get people like myself and thousands of other people out there saying, look, there's a better way. It's all within here, man. It's all within yourself, but understanding yourself and getting past what you've been trained to do in life. Yes, a lot of verbiage tonight, but this is vitally important because, you had Thanksgiving yesterday. They're saying, look, be thankful. Okay, one friggin' day of the year. A lot of people aren't. They're thankful more than that, obviously. But imagine living in that state of mind all the time and training yourself to live in that gratitude mindset. You can only create more things to be grateful for. That's not fantasy. That's physics. When you start training yourself that you're a divine being having this amazing human experience, you realize you can create anything in your life, but you have to get past up to that 34-year-old echelon of age training that's been anchored in you, and that's where people fail. And that's why I failed for years, not realizing what the hell was going on. I spent 10 years living in a 12 by 12, man, trying to figure that shit out. But Einstein said it best. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Responsibility is a bitch, huh? Responsibility of one's actions, to me, was the biggest wake-up call. And then I realized, wait, if I created this, I can fix it as well. You get to that mentality, you just stepped out of the box. You're not a victim anymore. You're a victor. You went from the victim mentality to victor mentality. Possibility into understanding that you can create anything you desire. You can fix any problem. But you have to step out of the box to do it. You know what I mean? Here we go. Bending reality. This came from Ascending. What the hell was her name? Crystal Channel Ascending. I love her channel. I featured her before here on America's Mentor. And she talks to an AI machine. And they call it artificial intelligence. This is accurate intelligence, honestly. And I want to give it to you guys for you to digest, pardon the pun, for yourselves to make your own relevant decisions in life. Because when you take responsibility, you become very wary of what you're thinking about. You become very wary of your choices in life because you'll understand that you all the sensory factors are all installed. It's all pre-installed. Everything's here. You start following what feels right, and it'll start drawing to you the most amazing situations of life to match that. You live in a Thanksgiving set mind daily of everything around you. You can only create more of that because life's going to say, here's more things to be thankful for. And it's really that simple. If you live in the love mentality, life's going to say, here's more things to love. This is the beauty of it. It's not fantasy. This is physics. This is science. This is what you can only have found in libraries back in the old day, looking through index cards that people thought was pseudoscience. But now it's freaking everywhere. And this is fantastic because it opens the door for you to create anything you want. Anything in life, man. But you have to get past that 34-year-old goalpost that they've conditioned us all previous years before that. When you understand that, you'll realize, wait, I have the power to make the changes in my life. I can change my health. I can change my finances. I can change my success status and how I feel about myself. And success is just how you feel about what you're doing. They taught us, here's a great example, that you have to make a certain amount of money to be successful. Again, bullshit. It's what you do, how you feel about what you're doing, and what you're creating from it. It's your belief system. If you feel successful and you're making this little bit of money, but you have everything you desire and you're happy, you are absolute. You've hit your goal. That's the beauty about it. It doesn't have to be somebody else's opinion or definition of it, denoting or connoting a certain word. Remember that for yourself. Don't rely on other people's opinions. If you feel successful, damn it, you are successful. If you feel love, damn it, you're going to receive all the love that you've ever wanted. And you've released it out into the universe, which is quite amazing. If you really break down universe is you in verse. In other words, in verse with the synchronicities of life by your energy and frequency. It's an amazing analogy. And hopefully this inspires you, because I've been talking like a crazy man over here for the past few minutes. But what she said in Crystal Channel Ascending, she asked the AI machine, how can I bend reality? And this is great because, like I said before in the past 5 minutes or so, is that we've been told that we can't bend reality. We got to follow a certain pattern. Financial, health, the whole 9 yards. And no, the thing is, AI told her precisely what the deceased notables and wonderful authors like the Neville Goddard's out there have been telling us all along. They know it's bullshit. But you can absolutely bend reality, but you got to get past the conditioning that we have been taught beforehand. That's the hard part, because it's an anchored process. Aristotle was absolutely right. So give me 7 years and I'll give you the man. Indeed. I mean, we're talking 34 years of anchoring constant beliefs of other people, isms and heritages, and all these traditions in our life that we have to get rid of. Now, I'm not saying get rid of in a bad way. I'm saying overcome to become the new person that we've wanted to be. Bending reality. You want to know how to make your world bend. This is what I was telling her. You stop doing everything you were taught you had to do. I love that. It's absolutely true. Go against exactly what the world was telling you. Believe me when I tell you, it's when I went against what I was taught that everything started to fall in line. Not in a rogue way, man. I didn't jump on a horse and start screaming yippee-ki-yay. No, I just went against what I believed in and felt good about. Because what you feel good about and you feel confident about, you're going to start creating more of it. Hence, that's why I'm sitting here, because this is what I always wanted to do, but was told by many people that it was not possible. So I just kept that in the back of my mind and kept working on the little things in life. And here I am, poof, doing it. And for you guys, it's the same thing in whatever you were trying to attract, man. It's the same thing. And so realize it for yourself. You stop doing everything you thought you had to do. You stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop performing. Performing to me is proving. You start proving to the world who you are and just start being who you are. I mean, that whole hustle and grind mentality, I mean, that's by the wayside. You know, you just being yourself every day, doing what comes naturally, life is going to start showing you more of that naturally because you feel better about it. And if everything is energy and that's all there is, as Einstein said, all you got to do is become the energy of what you're trying to become. And life is going to match that. And the law of attraction kicks in. Like energy attracts like energy. It's really that simple. But we've been told otherwise, man. And the second, I'm going to keep on interrupting her. I'm so bad. But to me, if this will click on the light switch in your mind, I'm telling you right now, I mean, you guys are going to explode going into 26. Believe me, it'll be the best Christmas gift you can give yourself, is to be yourself for yourself. Because you're gonna feel so much better. Your health's gonna get better. You're gonna start feeling better about your goals and your dreams, and you're not gonna be afraid anymore. That's the whole point. We've been taught to fear being ourselves. Let somebody else take care of us. I was like, well, what? I can use an expletive here. I'm not gonna be too frank here on America's Mentor. But let me get back to what I was saying. I'll read it right through now. I'll keep my friggin' mouth shut. You stop chasing, you stop begging, you stop performing, hence, and I underscored performing with the paraphrase, proving. Stop proving yourself to life. Just be yourself. And the second you actually let go of the world, the second you let go, the world actually rearranges itself for you. Indeed, when you let go of what's holding you back, the world can do nothing more than give you more of what you want. The people shift, the money moves, the timing aligns, the traffic parts, and the message comes through. Hence, this is your quantum leap. This is what they're talking about as far as quantum leap. Because it was never about effort. It was always about frequency. Be yourself. I can say it 1,000 times, the best way I can. Be that ultimate you on the inside first. Let the world start showing you. But what I mean about being on the inside, the energy of it. Practice that every day. The same way you were conditioned to be this simpleton and peasant in life that everybody has taught us how to be. You can become that new you, but you have to be in here first. And let life align that. And start being observant to your thoughts and your feelings. Watch what happens, man. It's a beautiful evolution of self. It should get you real excited. You weren't creating, you were chasing. And the moment you drop the illusion of control, reality snaps to your new setting. That's how powerful you are. Let me comment on this. You weren't creating, you were chasing. A lot of us are told to go after what we want, full force, perseverance, lay it on the line. But you're chasing something that you feel lack of. So what can the universe give you but only more of lack? You may eventually, and I say this respectfully, like athletes, they're chasing their dream and they're getting better. There's nothing wrong with that. But I guarantee on the inside, they've already got it. This is why they get it. They're not chasing it from a lack mentality. They're chasing it from a confidence mentality. You have to build your own self-confidence in yourself to create what you want in life. And here's a perfect example how to bend reality by what we've been taught. She goes, look, I'm pissed off. I hate going to work. How can I fix that? And this is a beautiful example. For the person who hates going to work, I hate my job mentality, let me tell you something that might shift the entire way you see it. Think about this. You're not trapped. How many of you feel that you're trapped where you are? Literally. I can honestly say, I won't give a definition of percentages, but a lot of you feel trapped in your work. You're scared to move on. I get it. I felt it. And some days I do feel it as well. But listen to this. Let me tell you something that might shift the entire way you see it. You're not trapped. You're just in a version of reality that matches what you've been expecting. What have I been saying in the very beginning? How we've been taught to fear everything in life. We have been taught to fear everything. We've been taught to fear change and challenges and goals and imagining and all these things. You wonder why people are afraid and they grip work like it's everything. I have been guilty of that. I've been guilty of it, and I felt trapped like a rat in a cage, and nothing good ever came out of it, because after time, and this goes to anything, relationships, money, if you don't feel like you have enough or it's not right, eventually you're going to implode, and it's going to be very mentally messy. This is what you don't want. You're not trapped. You're just in a version of reality that matches what you've been expecting. Indeed, what we've been taught, now it's become a belief. What you've been feeling, believing, embracing for, but here's the secret. That version is not the only one available. Ooh, we're getting into the fantasy part. It's not fantasy, guys. This is physics. This is how you change your life. Think of the loop. You guys see the infinity loop all around now. People use it for causes. And the infinity loop, if you really think about it, it's our thoughts. It's our thought patterns going round and around. And those thought patterns and feelings turn into life patterns, going around and around. This is how we're structured. You have to create a new infinity loop in your life. And how do you do it? Obviously, repetition. And I actually wrote down the 5 P's on that I'm going to give to you guys. But let me really finish this. Think of a loop that I am stuck going to a job that I hate. Really think about it for you. If you hate your job, think of that loop, that get up, go to work, eat, go to bed, get up, go. Now, how do you feel about that? Very few people are saying, I feel fantastic. No, a lot of people don't. The majority don't. Guess what you're carrying all day? Those feelings of resentment, anger, failure, and all these things in life. And you wonder why life is not changing, because you're in that infinity loop of the same pattern that you've been thinking about all the time. As I drop my pen, let me get another one, man. I feel better. This is like a mental thing for me. But really understand that infinity loop is powerful, indeed, because there's no ending to it. But you can create a new one, is my point. Ask, what if a different version of this week exists? What if a different reality? What if I can wake up every day with a different reality? And that this is the practice that's the hardest thing for people. On the inside, what if I had a different life right now? And this is why I journal. I construct the life that I am every day. This is what I mean. I'm reconditioning what I've been conditioned of. And you keep doing that, the infinity loop's going to change. You're going to start changing your patterns, your thought patterns, your feeling about life. That's the whole point. You have to recondition, because we've spent decades of being conditioned. That's the whole point of this. When you change how you look at things, the things you look at change. Dwyer wasn't wrong on that, man. He was absolutely right, because you're changing your perspective from probability to possibility to being that person you've always wanted to be. Ask, what if a different version of this week exists? Not fantasy, actual renderable versions of your life. They already exist. Indeed, it's right. She's right. The AI is right. Anything you want already exists. We just got to connect to it with the energy. This is what I'm trying to get at as well. You connect with the frequency of exactly what you want, because everything is energy. You just got to connect with it. How do you connect with it? You're constantly in that state of mind of feeling about it, already having it, and believing that you can move with it every single day. And you keep practicing that every day, and let go of life's distractions that keep pulling you back into the reality that's getting you pissed off to begin with. The happier you are, the better you're going to create. And believe me when I tell you, you got to clean the house, man. A lot of us are afraid to do that. I did it. I could tell you it's the best feeling in the world. It really is, because now you have clarity. I'll finish this segment. It's a long segment, American Mentor, and I'll let you guys go. I'll say it quickly now for you. And the moment you stop expecting misery, and start noticing the cracks of life, life opens up. Think of John 8:16. I'm sorry, 8:12, excuse me. I am the light of the world. What is John talking about? Not a God per se. He's talking about us, ourselves. I am is rendering us. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. John was absolutely right. Following me, myself. In other words, opening up the door of thought. You're lighting the torch, man. You're not following anybody. You're just being yourself, the person you've always wanted to be. And people have taken that, the wrong way. I get it. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, because you're believing in yourself, because you can't create darkness. You're not going to be able to do it with the mindset of abundance, peace, love, and light, because that's all you can attract and all you do. Here's the Formula 5, and I'll let you guys enjoy. I'll enjoy your Friday. I almost said Wednesday. You want to know I write shit down. Here's the Formula 5, what I practice every day. It has helped me immensely, and I'll define them really quickly. You guys enjoy your Friday and the rest of the weekend. Passion. What's your passion? When you find your passion, it becomes a natural effect in your life. Purpose. Very simple to identify, but hard for people to realize what is their purpose in life. If you have the weekend off, God bless you. Enjoy the weekend. I mean, if you feel stuck like a rat in a cage because you don't feel like you're creating anything the right way, nothing feels right. Purpose will change your life, believe me. Prediction. Stop taking control of your goals. Allow life to give you the journey. Because people are focusing on the end result. I get it. Live in the end, blah, blah, blah. Live in the end doesn't mean the attainment of a goal. Living in the end is the feeling of already having it. That's the secret. You don't have to have that certain aspect of it, but the feeling of already having it is going to create an amazing journey towards attaining whatever you desire and whatever the universe you inverse brings to you. Positive. How many people? It sounds so simple, but the more positive you are, the better life is going to give you. And persistence. I mean, people love America's Mentor for a week or two, and then I see him a month later. I'm not saying watch me. I'm not. All I'm saying is, I mean, when you set a target, stick to it. Eyes focus forward. Don't look backwards. And if you find yourself looking backwards, like I do sometimes, I'm not a perfect expert here, but I love the work in progress. But if you keep moving forward, practicing the reconditioning of your thinking and how you're setting up in life can only give you more of that, guys. So enjoy your Friday. I hope you guys get a chance to relax this weekend. I'm actually off tomorrow. I get to go shopping for Mom. She's home from the hospital, feeling better. 4 days late, but who cares? We'll have turkey tomorrow, man. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram at America's Mentor. On Twitter, that X site, porn shit politics. Guys, follow me. Subscribe to America's Mentor on YouTube. Much love to YouTube. They are promoting the hell out of me, guys. Hashtag America's Mentor, Jerry Maldonado on YouTube. I'm out. I'm done. Enjoy your Friday. I'll see you guys soon, man.